All right, guys, welcome back to class. Today, we are once again going to start off with our objectives so we know what we're doing or what we're going to learn inside of this lesson. So at the end of this lesson, you will know that textual evidence is used to support central ideas. And you will also understand that stories help us make sense of ourselves and the world. And you will also be able to discuss how stories help us make sense of the world and ourselves using textual evidence. So let's go ahead and get started. Our focusing question for the lesson is, how do stories help us make sense of ourselves and the world? And our content framing question in our reveal stage says, what do informational texts reveal about the power of stories? So I want you guys to ask yourself this question. If you were writing the story of this class, how it's going on virtually, what would you include in that story? What wouldn't you include and why? And is it possible to include every detail in your story? So I want us to look at handout 27A. And this is our evidence collection handout. So we are going to review the informational text that we've read in the module, and you are going to consider your understanding about the power of storytelling across all three of these texts. So we've read Your Brain on Fiction, we've read The Man Made of Words, and we've also read The Danger of a Single Story. So with that said, I want you to ask yourself, what does the text say about the power of storytelling? You'll fill that in for each one. Then you'll provide the two most effective pieces of textual evidence for your answer above. So what does it say about the power of storytelling, and where does it say that at? What is the most textual evidence that backs up whatever they say about the power of storytelling? Then you'll write, what's one idea about the stories that connect all of the texts? So what idea connects all three of these texts? You will write that here. So I want you guys to think to yourselves. After you complete your evidence collection, we are now going to participate in our Socratic seminar. You need to do the evidence collection before you do the Socratic seminar, because the evidence collection is going to help gear your discussion so that it is appropriate and that you actually have things that you can say. So please make sure that you complete the evidence collection first. So in the Socratic seminar, you are going to synthesize, which means break apart and break down your understanding of the power of stories across the three informational texts. As you collect evidence, I want you to consider your overall understanding of the power of stories and how the overall understanding is informed by each of the three texts. I want you guys to remember that we did work selecting the strongest evidence to incorporate into your own writing in the previous lesson. So we should know a lot about textual evidence at this time. So let's think about this before we get into our Socratic seminar. What makes textual evidence strong? What characteristics make a piece of evidence a strong choice for incorporating into your Socratic seminar discussion? Okay? At this time, you will go ahead and start completing your handout 27A. After you've completed that, we are going to go into our Socratic seminar. The Socratic seminar is going to be a discussion on the power of storytelling, and we're going to be discussing the way this idea is defined and developed in all three of these texts. So I want us to ask, what is the power of storytelling, and how is it developed in all of these texts? The questions you'll be answering for your Socratic seminar are here. and I will also have these inside of Schoology. What is the most significant way stories help us understand ourselves and the world around us? What is the most significant way stories help us understand ourselves and the world around us? Are stories effective at helping us understand ourselves and the world? In what ways might they not be effective? And is helping us make sense of ourselves and the world the most important thing that stories do? I am going to have a word bank inside of Schoology, and as you guys are answering these questions, I want you to incorporate some of those words into your discussion. At the end of the Socratic seminar, guys, I want you guys to answer the content framing question. Based off of our work that we've done today, and we are in our reveal stage, what do informational texts reveal about the power of stories? What do informational texts reveal about the power of stories? And what was the biggest takeaway from your Socratic seminar that we've had today? For tonight's homework, I want you guys to review your notes over the man-made of words, your brain on fiction, and the danger of a single story. Please look at your notes, reread the articles if you need to, because there is a focusing question task in the next lesson. It is going to be counted as a major grade, and so you will have needed to do these questions here or re-look over these texts. So now let's go into our vocabulary deep dive for today, guys. Today we're going to do some work with context clues. Here is the sentence or the paragraph that we're going to be looking at. The dictator repressed his citizens for so long that their initial fear and dislike of him eventually grew into rage and hatred. Though several countries had tried to intervene, the foreign soldiers patronized the citizens by flaunting their wealth and power, instead of empowering the people to take action and rid themselves of their violent, corrupt leader. So I want you guys, using context clues only, what do the words repress, patronize, and empower mean? I want you to put these in your own words because you should not be using a dictionary. Remember our outside-in strategy. We look at what's inside of the word a little bit. We kind of look at what's around the word a little bit. What are they talking about? To kind of come up with what the text is mostly about, or what the word is, what the definition is. Now I want us to look at the following words, guys. Accept, dismiss, patronize, repress, and empower. Now some of these we've just looked at in our paragraph. So I want you guys to put these words in the order of the most negative connotation to the word of the most positive connotation. So the key words here, guys, is negative and positive. Okay? So I want you guys to look at these words and put them in order of which one has the most negative to the most positive connotation. Remember, a connotation is an idea or a feeling that the word invokes in addition to its literal or primary meaning. So whatever the meaning of the word accept is, what type of idea does it give you? Is it a negative idea or is it a positive idea? And where would it go if you had to put them in order, all of these words? All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please make sure that you come to office hours so I can assist you. Please make sure that you are reading your books. And for those of you who are catching up on any work, that the deadline is October 6th for you to do that. So please make sure that you are reading your book and catching up on all of your assignments so that I can go in and make the corrections. All right, guys, I will see you all soon. Bye.